Okay, y'all, this is the cake finished. I just took its pictures. I'm about to load it and head to the party. I am pleased with how it turned out. Yeah, I like the way it looks. So she drew this in her picture, and I put that on there so that it would match her picture. But they've actually got her a different 8 to put on there for her candle. But yeah, so about to head to the party. Y'all, I'm headed to the birthday party. I'm sorry if you can't hear, the air conditioning is going 9,000 miles an hour. Ugh. The cake is sitting right here. I don't know if you can see it. This is the most nerve-wracking thing on earth, is trying to get a cake to a venue without jacking it up. And look, y'all, I'm sweating. I don't know if you can see it. Sweat's just pouring. Sweating like a freaking hog. So, look, there, just that big old drip of sweat. Oh, don't let me get it on the cake. That'd be gross. Ugh. Yeah, it's right there. I'm trying to ride easy so I don't flip it over. Because Lord knows I'm Evel Knievel when I get behind the wheel. But I've messaged Amanda telling her I'm heading her way, and Dan usually comes with me and gets it in the house and everything, but since I'm going by myself today, I've asked if she can have her husband ready to come get it for me. And yeah, it's so nerve-wracking to me, because I did not build this one on a support, because like in my mind it was going to just be, because she said, let's just do a little big cake this time to eat. I said, okay, we'll do a little. And this is a smaller version of what she normally gets. Excuse me. But hopefully everything got put in the car, all the little girls' cakes and all that. I like to leave, like I don't get them out of the fridge too early, because they need, with this Texas heat and humidity, they need to be as cold as they can be to survive this heat, you know, because you know what butter does. Like butter inside your house with the air conditioner running almost turns to liquid sitting on the counter. So that's, and my icing, I don't use Crisco, I only use butter. So yeah, it is 30 minutes before the party starts. Her house is about 10-ish, 15 minutes away, something like that. Yeah, headed to the party. Y'all, if your husband is like mine and Clayman, and they love some good socks, these are the best socks on the planet. And y'all, I was reading the reviews, and one man, his review totally sold me and made me buy not one. I bought one bundle, got them in. They were like, holy moly cow, that's the best sock I've ever had on. Y'all, they're so thick, really nice socks. And you get 20. They're by Kirkland. There's 10. That's more than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's 10 pairs in here, and it's like $20 or $22. It's amazing, y'all. So I've ordered, this is now my second bundle, and I'm fixing to sit here with this Sharpie, because my guys are particular. They don't like to wear each other's socks. Well, you only get them with this black band. You can't get them like with a different color thing on the toe. That's what I was going to try to do, and that way I'd know one was Clay's and one was Dan's. But I'm fixing to sit here with the Sharpie and put a C on all of Clay's, so we can keep their socks separate. All right, I got C's on all of Clayman's socks. I left a couple of pairs out that I didn't put initials on, because I know Clay wore a couple of Dan's pairs. So I'm going to put them back in with Dan's and catch the ones Clay's been wearing and put C's on his. Because my men are picky about their socks. I don't blame them. I don't want anybody else's old foot up in my sock either. Hey, y'all. It's been a sad week around our old house. First of all, I'm gonna tell two little bits of story. You see this chair right here? I rarely go on Facebook but a couple or last week, whenever, I don't remember when it was, I logged on to do something, and the garage sale site for our town came up, or I don't know what it was. Well, this chair was on there, and I was like, oh, I really like that chair, but let me message this girl, because it kind of looks like it could be like beige and brown, like shades of beige and brown, but it might be gray, because you know how like in certain lights things will look completely different. So I love the chair. It's a very well made chair. I can't remember, I think it's like an Ashley. It's made by Ashley, and she only wanted $40 for it. And so I said, hey, do you by chance still have this chair? And she said yes. And I said, can you send me a picture of it? I said, because I'm really wanting gray, and it looks like it could go either way, like gray or brown. You know, no, I said, is this in the gray family or the beige family? I think is what I said. Anyway, she said, it's actually both. It's both. And I said, oh, okay. Well, I'll send my husband by to pick it up. And when I messaged Dan, and I said, hey, go to this address and get this chair for me, and it's $40, and just pick it up for me. And so I should have said, but look and see if it's great. I didn't, like, this is how naive I am. I didn't for one second think she was lying to me, or that she would lie to me. Why I didn't think that, I don't know. So anyway, when he goes to pick it up, he said, in my mind, I thought, boy, this chair's brown, and I know she's probably wanting gray. But she said to come by and get it, so just let me come by and get it. So Dan gets points for that, for doing what I asked him to, you know, and not asking questions or whatever. But I kind of wish that day had been like, hey, did you realize this chair is brown? But anyway, it don't matter. I was the wrong one for trusting that the girl wouldn't lie to me, and for not having Dan, you know, look and tell me what he thought. But anyway, Dan's terrible at colors, so I probably wouldn't have trusted. I probably trusted her more than I did him. Dan, I don't know if he's colorblind or what, but we just do not agree on colors. But he knows the difference in gray and brown. I mean, listen, you got to quit. Don't get up here. She's literally on the back of the couch right where the camera's at, because I know she's going, who are you talking to, Granny? Like, there's nobody sitting there, so she keeps inching her way over here like, Granny, are you losing your mind? Hey, I'm back here. I know. Get over here in my lap if you want to. Oh, sorry about that, guys. Okay, now, she also knows that when I get dressed, I'm usually going somewhere, but I'm not. I just felt like getting dressed today. Okay. Lord have mercy. See, our animals run our house, and that's why, getting back to it, was a sad week. Our animals are like our family. We treat them like family. Not the chickens, you know, but absolutely the cat and the dog. Because they live in the house with us, sleep in the bed with us, eat meals with us. I mean, they literally are family. But this is about the chickens. If you don't stop, you're going to get yourself down. I'm not playing. Sit down or get down. And I know you're smart enough to know what I'm saying. Sit down. Sit down. Right there. Sit down. Anyway. Okay, you're going to get down. That's what you're going to do. They're just like a unruly toddlers. That's what she's like right now. Like, you know, she's smart, wonderful. I love the crap out of her, but she's like having a little badass toddler right about now. Two to go with that sweet, cute, oh my God, I love it. She's also that little bad toddler. Anyway, y'all know we have Thelma and Louise, 2 chickens, 2 hen chickens, or whatever you, 2 girl chickens. Obviously, Thelma and Louise, duh. Anyway, Dan and I had talked about years ago. I was going to look back before I started telling the story, and I haven't, so I'll just stick it on the screen when I'm editing. I don't know how many years ago we got them. I'm thinking it's been about 2 years ago, maybe 3 years ago that we got them. Anyway, we had talked a little bit about getting some chickens. And one day Dan comes in, and he's got 2 little old chickens with him. And what he didn't understand at the time, he had bought some fighting chickens. He had bought chickens that were raised to fight. He didn't know that. Thelma was mean, y'all. I cannot. I've never been around chickens anyway, but I had never in my life seen anything like how mean she was. And so, and Louise was gentle, sweet, wanted to, like, she got broody like every other day. She just wanted to be a mama, and was easy going. And when Thelma attacked her like crazy, she had literally eaten, like, pecked her comb off. She didn't even have a comb. She had pecked Louise's comb off the top of her head. So we didn't know that. We had them in the same pen, and sorry about that. I had to try to figure out what Callie wanted. She's standing down there just crying. I don't know what she's crying for. I think she thinks I'm talking to somebody and she can't figure out where's this somebody Granny's talking to. Anyway, like, I'm the door, there's doors right here, and they're building houses right out there, and so there's people out there, you know, all day. So I think she's kind of like, who are you talking to? Are you talking to these people? You know, anyway, it don't matter. Where was I? Thelma had pecked Louise's comb off the top of her head. And so when we realized that they were fighting so bad, we realized we needed to try to separate them. So Dan built a big old pen in the back. And, y'all, we had literally done everything to keep these chickens apart. We had put, like, chicken wire between them. Thelma would figure a way out, because, like, it didn't go all the way to the top. It was about that much at the top. She would fly over and get over there and whoop Louise. And so I took and tied ribbon. You know, I wove ribbon all over there to keep her from being able to fly over and get to Louise. Well, then she dug under the chicken wire and got over there and whooped Louise. And when I say she whoops her, she'd whoop her really bad. I can't believe, like, she survived all this time. But anyway, we had, so then we took and put cement blocks along the bottom. And I don't remember what happened next. No. Okay. Then, and Louise was, like, she's such a lonesome, like, she wants company. She wants to be near whatever. I don't know. I don't know. Well, Thelma was on this side of the chicken wire, and Louise was on this side of it. Well, Louise would go stand there and let Thelma peck the crap out, peck her comb, make her bleed, you know. So, and we had tried to let them out, like, we'd let one out one day and one out the other day to kind of let them forage. But Louise would go stand at Thelma's thing and let her peck the crap out of her, so we couldn't do that, you know. And if we let them out together, Thelma would chase Louise, you know, to where, you know, God knows where. We'd have to go get them back. So it's just been a pain in the butt with these chickens. But we finally had managed. We had the chicken wire. We had concrete blocks. Dan had took and put old styrofoam, one of those boogie boards that when, like, you go to the beach, it's like a half of a surfboard type thing, and you jump on the thing, and, you know, it was a boogie board. That's all I know. And it was styrofoam. It was covered with something, and then there was styrofoam inside it. Well, and then he'd also stood a window, an old window, you know, because Dan's a hoarder. What's the Ups truck doing? He better be bringing me some stuff. Y'all, I should be ashamed. I get Amazon. I looked at my bank this morning. Amazon. Yeah, so he better be bringing me something. Because Father's Day's this weekend, and I got Clay something to give. I'm going to go ahead and tell it because he'll have gotten it. He won't watch this. I got Dan a big granite pinto bean cooking pot, because he always takes my pot and cooks a bunch of pinto beans in it. Well, it's a lot of pinto beans, so he'll just put it back in the ice box, and it uses my paint. He don't put them, like, into a bowl or whatever. And I guess I could too, but he don't put them into a bowl, so it, you know, ties up my pot forever how long he eats them pinto beans. So I got him a dedicated granite pinto bean pot, and a thing of, like, gourmet, maybe not gourmet, but it's like pinto beans, dried salt pork, all that kind of stuff for pinto beans. So that's all supposed to be coming. Anyway, that's what Clay's going to give Dan for Father's Day. And So where was I? Back to my story. Sorry, see, this is the way my mind goes, y'all. It's like a freaking squirrel running around in there 24/7. So we thought we had them blocked. We had an old window. You know, Dan's a hoarder, so we got whatever you want, we got it. He put an old window. That was to keep them from being able to, like, they could still see each other, because Louise is, like, so lonesome. You know, she's pitiful. She just wants to be around somebody so bad. Or, like, Thelma. So he had put a window so that they could still see each other, but Thelma couldn't peck the crap out of Louise. Anyway, so that's gone. We've had them back there like that for a couple of years. You know, we go feed them every day. Dan pulls them grass, and they love Dan because he will pull them grass. I mean, they love me too because I take them like treats. I'll take them cornbread and, you know, stuff I know they love. Corn, actual corn, you know. And so anyway, we thought we had it figured out, and this is just life with these two chickens. They're in separate pens, and that's just the way it is. Dan came in the other day, 2 or 3 days, about 3 days ago, I think now at this point, and you could tell something was wrong. I said, what's wrong? He said, Thelma killed Louise. I was like, no, no, no. We were both just like sick about it, you know, because for one, this had happened right, because I mean, they're literally on the other side of my bedroom wall. Like, this had happened right under our nose, and we didn't do anything to help poor Louise. So we talked, you know, for a little bit. Just both of us were sick at our stomach because we just hated that, because, you know, Louise was so gentle and sweet, and Thelma was so mean. Anyway, so Dan, you know, just goes to go back outside, or so I think. And he goes out there, and he gets him a big old stick, because he's supposed to knock Thelma in her head and kill her, which I could never do. And I don't think Dan could have, but he says he could have. So he went out there with this big stick, gonna knock Thelma in her head for killing Louise. And he said, as I went to walk up to her, she started talking to me. And Louise talks to Dan. Like, when he goes to get her grass, she starts going, you know, she, like, I don't know what you call that, like jabbering, you know. So she always does that. Thelma don't give two shits about nothing or nobody, but Louise would talk to Dan. And she would get excited, like when one of us would go back there, she would get excited that one of us was back there. So he goes to walk toward, he thinks, Thelma, to knock Thelma in the head, and she starts talking to him. So he stops and looks. That's Louise. Thelma has killed herself trying to get through the fence to get... We don't really know what happened. You can tell she worked her ass off. That boogie board that I told you he had stuck on one end, like the fabric had, like, you know, the sun had like rotted it or whatever. So she had been pecking at that styrofoam. She must have pecked. Well, I wouldn't think all night, because, you know, chickens go to bed, you know, at night. But anyway, she had worked her butt off to get through that fence to get to Louise. And Dan thinks either she was like so like hot, because if it was during the day, it's, you know, it's 100 degrees here, and she was not in good shape, like she was tired and worn out by the time she finally got through the fence, that if they fought, you know, she just, I don't think they fought, because Louise never fought back. But, or her getting through the fence killed her, you know, because Dan said she had some marks and stuff on her, but that could have been, she's done that to herself trying to get to Louise through the chicken wire. So he don't know if, did Louise, you know, fight with her once she got in over there? I don't know, but Thelma is dead, not Louise. And Dan came back in and he goes, no, that wasn't Louise. That's Thelma that's dead. And both of us literally at the same time went, oh my God, that makes me feel so much better. I'm so glad that she didn't kill Louise. I hate that she's dead, but at least she didn't kill Louise. And so now we've just let Louise out to forage, and she has had a ball, y'all. She has dug up. Dan had like a little worm garden he was doing back there. She is, I mean, she's tilled up the whole yard, it looks like. She has had the time of her life. But what's so pitiful about it, y'all? Dan took and laid Thelma over to the side. And he said, too, when he went in there to get Thelma out of the pen, he went like that and just kind of swung her toward Louise, and he said Louise went nuts and was like going to attack Thelma. So I think she was like, bitch, I have had enough. I've just had enough. I ain't, you ain't just whoop me again. That's maybe kind of what I think. But Dan laid her outside the pen and then just put a piece of siding over her because he didn't have time to bury her right then, but he wanted to bury her. I go out there, y'all. Where is Louise? She's standing right beside Thelma, dead. Like that, she just wanted to be around her. I don't know I don't know. They had like a codependent relationship or something, but yeah. Thelma's dead. We don't know how it happened, but Thelma's dead, and Louise is living her best life. So, yeah. Yep. That's it. That was my story. Did I ever finish my story about the chair? I don't even think I finished telling that story, y'all. Lord have mercy. Anyway, Dan brings the chair in. Now, he paid the girl and all that, and he brings the chair in. You can't really see it from here. That chair's brown. All shades of brown. There ain't a lick of gray nowhere near that chair. And when he walked in with it, I was like, oh no, that chair's brown. I should have known. But I you know, it was my fault. I shouldn't have bought it sight unseen. All that stuff, it's my fault. I get it. But the more it sat over there and the more I looked at it, I was like, you know, that is so jacked up that she would just straight out lie. Just lie. So, and when I had talked to her, like when I messaged her to say, hey, do you still have this chair by chance? Bam, she answered me right back. And the whole time we were talking about me buying it and, okay, my husband's coming, and, you know, the whole time she had answered, bam, 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 right back, answered every time. And so then I said, you know what? I am like ticked off, but at myself for buying it, you know. And I'm a little bit annoyed that this heifer just straight up lied. So I thought, you know, I'm going to say something. I'm not going to not say something. So I sent her a message and I said, you know, first off, let me say, this is my fault for trusting that you wouldn't lie to me. And second, for buying something I had not actually laid my eyes on. But it might be helpful in the future not to just lie to somebody. You know, she's never answered, never said a word. No, I don't get that, y'all. I do not get that. Even if I had like no money and I was desperate and needed that $40, I don't know. I would have not lied and said the chair was gray. I'd have said it's shades of brown. I mean, you know, because that's just what it is. Why did she lie, y'all? I know she lied because she wanted to sell it. She wanted money, all that. I just don't get that. I just don't get that. That, to me, I'm like, there was no point in telling that lie. Because, I mean, it's a nice chair. I'm sure somebody would have bought it. Anyway. So now I have this really nice, well-made, very comfortable brown chair that I bought it thinking that I was going to put it in there in my bedroom and not have to recover my leopard one because I love my leopard one and I don't want to recover it. So now I have another chair that needs to be recovered. Yeah. So that's my life this week. What about y'all? What are y'all up to? We're all still good. Nobody's sick. Everybody's healthy. We've just had a little bit of crap going on. But, I mean, to me, this is like normal stuff. Not the killing chicken. The chicken killing another chicken. That's not normal. But, yeah, that's our life this week. What's y'all's like? Has yours been calm? Has it been crazy like mine with chickens killing each other? Crazy animals? All that kind of stuff. I've got, I sewed yesterday making a bunch of masks. I need to finish sewing today. And I'm so sick of them masks. But y'all, another thing on my purse. This is how crazy I am. I had ordered this leather. I guess I'm so gullible. That's my problem. This piece, they sold this leather saying it's about whatever size I needed it to be, 28 inches long. It said it was about, because I went back and looked, it said it's about... Well, it was 4 inches too short. Well, because I was for sure it was the right size. We skived that piece of leather, which took hours. It's 4 inches too short. So that's why I haven't worked on the purse anymore. And too, I had to quit and do a cake and all that kind of stuff. And now I got to do masks. But yeah, I have ordered another piece of leather. I ordered it way too big to hopefully get it the right size. So there's where we stand on that. My stupid gullible butt has messed up twice, you know, in the last couple of weeks with buying a chair and buying leather that didn't work. But I mean, I still have the leather. I can use it on something else, but it just annoyed me at myself that not only was it not the right size, but I didn't measure it when it got here. I went ahead and skived before I ever measured it. And I didn't even like measure. I was talking to Dan and I was holding it up, showing him what I was going to do when like it ran off I was holding my strap and it ran off the end of the leather and I went, oh, it's not long enough. And he was like, oh my God. So that was my week, guys. I hope yours has been better. Thank you for hanging out here with me and I'll see you next week.